What's up, world? My name is M3, Magnificent Motivational Ministry. And what you're about to experience is an individual with a story on how they was transformed. Romans 12:2. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. I pray that this video blesses someone, that it reaches the unreachable and that it touches the untouchable. God bless you. Who were you before you were transformed in God?
Before I was transformed, I was lost in the world, like trying to fit in. I was the girl who, I grew up in church my whole life. Like my father figure is a pastor, so I've been under a pastor my entire life. But trying to fit in because I didn't have that father figure in my home, I was trying to fit in where I could because I felt a void. So I was the girl who lied to get what she wanted. I gossiped to just make myself look better. I was the girl who was hanging on the block. I was drinking and smoking, and I was throwing the parties. I was the party promoter. I was the one who thought being the life of the party was the thing to do. I had to drink because that wasn't where I was supposed to be. So I had to consume alcohol so that I can fit in that atmosphere. But I was the one who used sex as a drug. It was my comfort zone. It was that thing that made me feel good because there was a void and I needed that man in my life. So I was lost in the world just trying to fit in.
What made you or caused you to give your life to God?
I was born with sickle cell disease. And it took for me to come to a place to where it almost killed me twice. I was blessed most of my life to go without a sickle cell crisis, but it was when I strayed so far away from God that it almost, like, I went to the hospital and the doctor told my mom and pastor she should have been dead. I don't know how she's living. She should have been dead. That was kind of a wake-up call because my pastor's like, well, God is doing something for you. It's a reason he spared your life because you weren't supposed to live past 12. You're 19 years old. That kind of woke me up, but it still wasn't enough. I was still doing what I wanted to do, doing party Sunday, going to church Sunday morning, throwing a party Sunday night. But the second time that I went to the hospital and the doctor told me, I don't know how you lived. Like your blood pressure was so low, you should have been in a coma. Your fever was so high, you should have been brain dead. And it was just like, God is just like, I'm calling you to a different place. In that moment, it was just like, God, I surrender. Whatever it is that you need me to do, I surrender. If I'm giving you a second chance at life, will you receive it? So at that moment, I knew it was time for me to change.
So who are you now that you've been transformed?
I said I was lost. I can consider myself found in a place to where I'm preaching and teaching the word of God. Found in a place to where I'm not slandering women, but I'm building women. I find myself in a place to where pleasing God is the only thing that I want to do. When I wake up, I want to please God. When I go to bed, I want to please God. And it doesn't matter where I fit in. As long as I'm in line with God, I'm okay. My name is LaQuisha Haywood, and I am transformed.
With different stories. Don't worry, he still gon' get the glory. Now watch him be glorified. Watch him be glorified. I put my trust in the Lord, so I ain't worried about nothing. See the devil be bluffing. I can see when he's coming. I'm learning all his devices. When I'm placing that crisis, I'm looking up to the Lord, knowing that I gotta keep fighting. The prayer availeth much from a man that's righteous. God created me in his own likeness, in the image of his son. So I'm trying to be like him, cause all my ways kept failing. I decided to try him. I present myself as a living sacrifice. He died for me, it's only right that I live for Christ. My past life let me explain what I was living like. In the streets day and night, slanging, banging, shooting dice, drinking, smoking, taking flight, addicted to the worldly hype, wounded for my transgression and bruised for my unrighteous life. Yikes, he was beaten so that I might have peace, and now I'm healed with his stripes. for his glory, and not for mine. I'm just a vessel, through me he shall be glorified. Different problems, but the same God.